Hey guys, it's Vanessa Terry here with Notary to Notary, and in this video, I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks to help you get your notary supplies for the least amount of money out of pocket, and even some store credit accounts that you can open that you can get your notary supplies and pay on a net 30 account. Ready to get started? Alright guys, so let's talk about some of the basic supplies that you're going to be purchasing when you're building your notary business. So first, you guys know you have to get your notary stamp. And your notary stamp is going to be different depending on what state you're in as far as what you're going to be putting on your stamp. So make sure you get your stamp from an approved notary vendor website. So for example, you don't want to get your stamp from Amazon, Walmart, who else gives them? Staples, Office Depot. You want to go to actual companies that focus on notary supplies. For example, a company we partner with is Allstate Notary Supplies. So you can go on their website, www.allstatenorarysupplies.com. Use promo code Notary to Notary, so it's Notary number 2 Notary, and you can save 10% off on your order. And you can go on that website and you can purchase all of your supplies, really. Your notary stamp, your notary journal, an embosser if you want to. So no state right now requires you to use an embosser, but some people like the embosser over the stamp. I personally like the stamp better. I think it's easier, it's just faster to use, and so I like the ink stamp. But if you want to use an embosser, that's fine as well. And so I would recommend doing Allstate Notary Supplies. You can even purchase them from the NNA and any other online company that specializes in notary supplies, because they will know what is required for your state, as some states have different requirements as far as what goes on your notary stamp and what does not. So you want to make sure that you get the right stamp, because you don't want to complete a notarization incorrectly simply because your stamp was formatted wrong. Okay, so when you go online to get your supplies, you can get your notary stamp from Allstate Notary Supplies, your notary journal, your embosser, and you can get your attachable certificates. So attachable certificates are additional sheets that you're going to add to a notarization whenever there's not a notary section for you, or if there is a notary section that's already been completed, like when you're doing a mail away closing and someone already fills that section out but someone else has to sign on that same page, you would attach an attachable certificate. You can also use it if there's no notary verbiage, or if there's no room on the document for you to notarize the document as well. So you would just use an attachable certificate. Now, we have attachable certificates in our Notary to Notary Notary Signing Agent training you can download for free. You can also simply Google them and find them online. The NNA also provides attachable certificates. If you're a member of the NNA, you can get those for free. And you can buy them at most online notary specializing stores. So for example, Allstate Notary Supplies, right? Okay, so that's your stamp, that's your notary journal, and that's your attachable certificates, okay? So the next thing that you want to get for your notary business are pens, okay? So I am a pen collector, and I like pens that write really smooth. So I like Tool pens. So it's T-U-L. I like Tool pens. You can get them online at Amazon, Office Depot, a number of different places. But you don't have to do that. To save money, you can simply just go to a dollar store like Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar, things like that, and buy a pack of black and blue pens. And so it's important to get both colors. Even if your state says, hey, you only have to sign in black, if you're a loan signing agent and you're, let's say, for example, in Virginia. So in Virginia, we can sign our documents in black. However, if I'm doing a loan closing for a property in Texas, for example, that has that law that says you have to sign your real estate transactions in blue ink, I have to follow their law when I'm doing their loan closing. So even though in Virginia, I only have to use black, if I'm doing a loan closing for a property in Texas, I have to use blue. So remember that rule of thumb. Whenever you're closing a loan for a property in a specific state, you have to follow the laws for that state. Same concept when it comes to like attorney states. So if you're closing a loan for a property in an attorney state like Georgia or South Carolina, you have to have that attorney on the phone to go with you on that closing. So even though you're not a notary in an attorney state, you're closing on a loan in an attorney state. So whenever I do a loan closing for a property in an attorney state, I always call the attorney when I get to the signing, and they still have to supervise the notary doing the transaction. Okay, so rule of thumb, always follow the law for the property, for the state the property is located in. Okay, so you want to go and get black and blue pens, and you can simply go to a dollar store to get that. Okay, so that's pretty much some of your basic supplies that you're going to use when you're starting your general notary work, right? Now let's talk about some of the bigger expenses. So let's go into more marketing next, and then we'll touch printers. So marketing, when you want to start marketing your notary business, one, you're going to get business cards. You're going to get business cards. You may get card decals. You may get stickers. You may get, customized pens or coasters or mugs or whatever you want to use. And so those things can be, an expense, especially when you're first getting started. So what you want to do is you want to order those supplies from companies that provide new businesses with net 30 accounts. And so a net 30 account is simply an account that allows you to make purchases and then pay that balance in 30 days. Okay, so let's say, for example, Quill. That's a big one. Quill.com is one that you can go to, and you can, put some items in your cart, and then when you get to the checkout screen, it's going to give you the option to pay with your debit or credit card or to bill you. When you hit bill me, it's going to ask you all your business information. You do not have to be an LLC to get that net 30 account, okay? Now, I will give you a disclaimer. So sometimes when people go to Quill, they try to do the checkout and it doesn't let them open the account. It'll say you have to pay. Call their customer service line and just ask them, can you open up a net 30 account? Typically, they'll give it to you, but they have different standards in which they determine what businesses get what account. What kind of account and how soon. So you just call them, they'll tell you, okay, well, since you're a new company, we may be only able to give you like $100 net 30 credit account, right? But some companies can get upwards of $250 to $500 accounts, just depends on what you get approved for with the company. And it does not go on your personal credit. So you're not providing social security numbers or anything like that. It's strictly a business net 30 account, okay? So after you set up your account with Quill, you can order all of your supplies and they will bill you in about a week or so with a net 30 bill that's due, that you just pay that bill. Make sure you pay it on time because this is going to start building your business credit. And when you start paying them on time, they're going to increase the amount of your credit limit. Okay, you can also do that with a company called Uline. So Uline is ULINE.com, and they have more so like a wide variety of products. Like they have pressure washers, they have warehouse materials, they have cleaning supplies, they have office supplies, they have quite a few things, garbage bags, all kinds of things that you may be able to use in a business. And so they're the same way. Now, I've never heard of anyone not being able to open a Uline Net 30 account. They pretty much give them to anybody. And usually it's about a $500 start limit, just depends on what you put in the system. But usually they'll give you about a $500 limit to start purchasing those things. And so it works the same way. You create an account, you shop, you get to the checkout, and then you select the bill me option, and it'll give you that net 30. So that's a great way to get some of your office supplies and marketing materials when you first get started. Also, Quill does allow you to purchase printers. So you guys know one of the major expense that most loan signing agents have to incur is the cost of that all-in-one dual tray LaserJet printer, right? And so I found out that Quill is now offering printers. They actually have printers, they have scanners, they have mobile scanners, they have quite a few things you can do. And so you can put those on a net 30 account. Now, one of the printers we recommend is about $450 on that website with Quill. Now, they may not give you a net 30 account for $450. They may say on your first purchase, okay, we can give you $200. Use that. Buy some business cards or some customized pens or whatnot. Pay that bill off. And when you come back, it should allow you to get it at a higher amount. So if the first month you can only get marketing, pay it off. The second month, they should increase you to where you can buy that printer. If it doesn't let you do it automatically, call customer service and see if they can increase it manually on their side. But that is a great way for you to go ahead and get that LaserJet printer, because the way you have to look at it is if you're getting a printer, let's say the printer is $450 and you order it on Quill, usually it gets delivered in a couple days. If you really push every aspect of your company, as we talk about in the notary signing agent training, and you're getting those phone calls and text messages, you can complete a lot of closings before it's time to pay that net 30 bill. But keep in mind, some signing services only pay out net 30. So you want to make sure you have a backup to make sure you can pay for that printer, which is why I always say set up your general notary work side of your business first, because that's going to be same day cash. So yes, you're doing loan closings, but you have to wait net 30. But if you're getting power of attorneys and wills and things like that, you know, in the meantime that you're filling in, that's cash in right now that you can start putting aside at least 30% to help cover the cost of that printer, okay? So this is a good way for you guys to be able not to have to put all that cash out right in the beginning, but you can still get that printer and start taking those loan closing assignments and start building up your clientele to grow your notary business, okay? So that's pretty much it as far as when it comes to, you know, how can, oh, no, it's not. There's more. So you guys know that you have to buy toner for your printer, right? And so you can get your toner from anywhere. But the number one thing I always say is price match your toner, okay? So I price match everything. I'm like the price match queen. I coupon code and price match everything. So before I make any online purchase, I always go to, or sometimes in store like JCPenney. Before I make any online purchase, I always go to retailmenot.com. So retailmenot.com, and I put in the company that I'm shopping with, and I look and see if they have any current coupon codes, okay? And if you do that, that saves you money too. But the other thing you want to do is price match. So price matching, most large retailers will price match, especially when you're in the store. And all you would do is when you get to the register, just show them where you're price matching from. And even like I've seen this so many times, like I'll shop in Office Depot and I may see toner for like $170 in the store. But if I go online to Office Depot, online, it may be $165. And you can price match to the retailer themselves online, okay? But my favorite price matching company is Amazon. So when I go to Office Depot or Staples or wherever I'm going, I find the exact model on Amazon and I price match, but make sure it's shipped and sold from Amazon and not just any other seller. It has to be shipped and sold for Amazon for anybody to recognize that price match, okay? But it's a great way to save money on your printers, any large purchase, as well as your toner. You usually can always get it cheaper when you price match with Amazon. Also, with your toner, you want to recycle them back into the store. So when you're buying toner, which if you're a successful notary signing agent, you'll be buying them a lot. When you're buying toner, take those empty cartridges back into the store. So take them to Office Depot and Staples. I know have a recycling program where they give you basically a store credit card based off how many toner cartridges you return to the store. And it varies between like $2 and $4, a ballpark estimate per cartridge. But that adds up, especially when you're constantly going through cartridges. Okay, so you take them back into the store, and usually it takes about a 2 to 3 week turnaround. It's like a cycle that it does, and then it'll send you out a gift card. And I just use that to buy more toner or any other office supplies that I use. So do not throw your toner cartridges away. Also, a little side note for you guys, if you guys are looking for a side income or a quick side hustle, you can also sell those toner cartridges. And not just, so say you work in an office, like you may have your office, maybe you have like a small office inside a larger building with a lot of small offices. You can do like a little bucket or whatnot, collection bucket in the hallway, and just say, hey, put a little sign that says ink toner or toner recycling, and people will put their toner in there, and you can sell those empty ink toner cartridges to different companies. So a company that I used to use is called Toner Buyer. So tonerbuyer.com. And basically when you go on their website, you do not have to it doesn't have to be like an LLC. You can sell it as an individual. You go on their website and you put in the cartridge number, like the make, the model, and the cartridge number on there, and they'll tell you how much they'll take for it. And you put in all your cartridges at one time. They'll give you a prepaid shipping label, and basically you just box it up, put the label on, ship it to them, and they'll cut you a check for that. So not only can you make money from recycling, you can also set up a little, thing in your office and make more money on top of that for your ink cartridges and the cartridges of anybody in your office. Awesome sauce? Cool. Well, I hope these tips helped you to save money so that way you can start getting your notary supplies now and build those 6-figure notary signing agent businesses. And that's all I have for you guys today. So until next time, happy signing, and make sure you visit us online at notarytonotary.com so we can help you build your notary business today. Bye.